I heard something on my roof, and the worst part wasn't the sound, it was how patient it was. This happened a few years ago. At that time, my life had slowed down in a strange way. Because of vertigo, that's what the doctors called it, a balance disorder. Sometimes the world suddenly feels like it shifts under your feet. Because of it, I had to stop going to school for a while. I stayed at home. Days started to blend into each other. Technically, I was doing fine, at least on paper. The medication helped. I could walk. I could go outside on my own. No one looking at me would think I was sick. But I knew better. I was still careful, especially at night. I avoided sudden movements. Normally, I'm not someone who can sit still. Staying home that long wasn't like me. I was bored. I lived with my father. But I didn't want to call him for every small thing. I didn't want to constantly hear, "Be careful." I needed to prove to myself that I could still handle things on my own. That night, I couldn't sleep. Between the medication and the lingering pain, I was wide awake. I don't remember the exact time, only that the house was completely quiet. The room felt hot, so I opened the window. Some cool air came in, but sleep didn't. After a while, I heard a sound outside. At first, I ignored it. We lived near wooded areas. Animal noises were normal, but this sound wasn't random. It was repetitive. Like something rubbing against a rough surface. The sound was coming from above. From the roof, then it started to move. It passed over my window and shifted toward the other side of the house. I felt uneasy, but I didn't panic. I told myself it was probably an animal. I didn't want to wake my father for nothing. And honestly, I wanted to face it myself. I didn't want to act scared. I got up slowly, checked my balance, grabbed a flashlight from the garage, and stepped outside through the back door. My bedroom was near the back of the house, under one of the lowest parts of the roof. I aimed the flashlight upward. At first, I saw nothing. I assumed it had left. I walked slowly around the house. I just wanted to see. When I reached the front, I noticed movement at the edge of the light. I turned the flashlight toward it. There was a man on the roof, not an animal, not a shadow. A grown man. He was naked, standing still, looking directly at me. And in that moment, something clicked. The sound I'd heard earlier, it wasn't an animal. It was bare skin scraping against roof tiles. I screamed. He didn't flinch. He didn't run. He just stared. There was no anger in his eyes, no fear, just emptiness. Like he was watching me, but also somewhere else entirely. Then he started moving, almost like the light hurt him. He was incredibly fast on the roof, moving toward my side of the house. Instead of running inside, I moved around the house, shouting for my father as I went. When I reached the back, he was already preparing to come down. Jumping didn't make sense, but he didn't hesitate. He jumped. That's when I tried to run. I made the wrong move. The vertigo hit. The world tilted sideways. I thought I was moving away from him, but I wasn't. I collapsed toward him instead. I hit the ground. He was on top of me. There was a brief, chaotic struggle. I remember how cold his skin felt, and a strange smell. He didn't seem fully aware of what he was doing. Then the back door opened. My father pulled him off me. The man stumbled, then ran toward the edge of the yard. He climbed the fence and disappeared into the dark. The police came. They checked the roof. They searched the yard. They asked questions. I didn't sleep that night. A few days later, the police called again. They said the man had been caught. He was under the influence of a high dose of drugs. They believed he had been entering houses at random. It sounded reasonable, but there was one detail. On the roof, near the chimney, they found a bouquet of flowers. wrapped in plastic so it wouldn't get wet, just left there, like someone had arrived late to something. The man had no clothes, no pockets, but the flowers were there. I don't know if he knew me. I don't know if he had been watching me before that night. But I still think about this. If I hadn't opened the window, if I hadn't gone outside, how long would he have stayed up there watching, not knowing that feels worse than what actually happened?